What's up, YouTube? It's Heretic here. Welcome back. Yesterday we looked at my buddy Paul's winning Dragon Mega Rayquaza list from the League Cup up in Minnesota. I think it was like Brooklyn Park or Coon Rapids or something. That was from this past weekend. So today, I know it's a little late due to kind of basically the way my schedule's been since the move and all that, but we are finally going to go ahead and take a little more comprehensive look at my St. Louis Regionals report and the deck I played. This deck did very, very well for me on day one. We sputtered a bit on day two. We spun all the way down to the bottom. I think 28th place was my finish. But we did pretty darn well overall. I mean, making day two at the largest regional ever played. So definitely hit a bunch of favorable matchups and had a couple things go my way. But I didn't choose this deck to make day two. I chose it because I wanted to have fun. And I ended up making day two by choosing a fun deck. So it's a deck I never really got to play back in its heyday, and that is Vespiquen Vileplume. I know we've looked at it on this channel before, so we're going to go over it real quickly. There's not a lot of room for crazy stuff. I did include one specific tech card in here, which I know I've talked with you guys about before, and that is the Wobbuffet, which we'll get to here in a moment. The core of the deck is very simple. We have a 4/4 Vespiquen line as our main attackers. Be Revenge for a double colorless, 20 plus 10 more for every Pokemon in your discard. It's been there, done that. And then a 4/3/3 Vileplume line. A lot of the variants I've seen actually only run 3 oddish. I wanted the consistency of the fourth one, especially the way this is built, because they're just, for the most part, trying to streamline a lot of it. We've got a couple of 1-ofs, and everything else is just really thick lines, which is what we want to stick with. So 4/3/3 Plume, and then we've got a full 4 copies of Shaman EX, again, because the 4th Shaman just seems better than the 4th Unknown, in my mind and in my testing. So 4 Shamans and 3 Unknowns instead of the other way around. Then we've got the 1 Bunnelby, which I feel like you cannot play this deck without Bunnelby. During the event, I heard some people say that they had seen players actually, at least who still ran this thing, had actually cut their Bunnelby completely out of this deck, and I was like, I don't understand how you could do that. This card won me probably, as far as individual cards, this may have won me more games individually than anything else if I wasn't just able to floor him on turn 1. And, of course, the other card is that Tech Wobbuffet. And this does a couple of things. First of all, Bide Barricade might seem counterproductive in a deck that is so heavily reliant on the abilities of Shaman and then Vileplume once you set up. But the real beauty behind Bide Barricade here is that expanded format offers Archeops, which will completely shut this thing down. So while Wobbuffet is not necessarily going to be able to let you explode with a whole bunch of Shamans while it's active, it will let you evolve your Pokemon, get Vileplume into play, get your Vespiquens out with an Archeops on your opponent's board. And another really cool thing you can do with it is if one of your Vespiquens gets knocked out, you can bring Wobbuffet up, play your item cards, Floatstone him back to the bench, and then bring up another Vespiquen. The drawback to that being that your opponent can, in essence, Lysander out of item lock for a turn. But if they do that, they're not attacking your Vespiquen, so, I mean, it's a trade-off. It's a calculated risk. You decide, do I want to put this down this game or not? As far as opening it as your lone basic, I figured going into the event, 9 rounds of regionals, best 2 out of 3, it will probably happen once the entire day. That's exactly what happened. This deck runs 17 basic Pokemon, so the odds of starting a lone Wobbuffet and no other basics is not very high. And like I said, it happened once in a game that I was going to lose anyway, so it actually happened at a pretty good time, too. So that's my Pokemon lineup. Items, again, there's not a lot you can do. 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Trainer's Mail here, and then we've got 4 Battle Compressor, obviously. Only 3 Acrobike. The 4th one just became Computer Search. It's pretty simple. And then 3 Revitalizer. That number might seem a little high, but with the Wobbuffet enabling you to use it and just the reckless nature of the deck, it is actually very helpful to have that 3rd copy. A lot of times you are going to be throwing stuff away at a very, very alarming rate, so having more copies of cards like Revitalizer is definitely beneficial. And then 3 Floatstones. This is something that I really wanted to have 4 copies of, but just could not find the space. Again, that 3rd Revitalizer is just so huge, and I didn't want to go below 27 Pokemon either, so just go ahead and stick with the 3 Floatstones. You figure you're going to have 1 for Wob, 1 for Vileplume, and then the 3rd one either gets thrown out, or you can use it if you start like an Unknown or a Shaman or Bunnelby, whatever, you know. So that's just pretty much how the lowdown there. Obviously, 4 Forested Giant Plants is mandatory, maximizing your consistency on the first turn. 3 copies of Professor Sycamore. You may notice there's no N, there's no Lysander, there's no AZ. That's really just the way I built this thing. You really do need to get that Floatstone onto Oddish or Bloom before you evolve it into Vileplume. Otherwise, it's going to cost you 2 of your 4 double colorless to get it out of there if they don't kill it. And the way this deck plows through itself really quickly, if they Lysander it up and you don't have the energy to get it out of there, you've probably just been decked out. So, something to definitely keep in mind when you're putting this out. Of course, you're going to try to get your Vespiquens out first, because if you plume early, then your Vespiquens are probably not going to be hitting for much damage, and that's just going to screw you. Finally, we have the 4 double colorless. That's pretty self-explanatory. Biggest weaknesses here are Giratina EX's Chaos Wheel, which can lock us out of the game completely if we don't have any energy on our board when that happens. And the other thing is Karen. Wobbuffet can help us with that because we can start to play our compressors again if we still have any by bringing it up and being able to slowly recover. Hopefully we can dodge any possibility of Karen being recycled via Versus Seeker there. But in any case, I was able to recover against a Groudon build that actually carried me, I think, like 4 times in one game, but Groudon is also weak to grass, so that probably helped. In any case, we're going to go ahead and get into a couple games here. Like I said, this is pretty much the same as it was a year ago. So we will go ahead and get this thing rolling. Okay, so it looks like we got... quite see what that is. Okay, well, I had a window in my way, so I couldn't quite see the types there, but whatever. You guys were able to see. So we will flip the coin, and we're going first. All right, welcome to Vespiquen Vileplume. Let's get going. All right, so, okay, this is one of those awkward hands. We do have the Ultra Ball. See, we did not open the Lone Wob there, so we're actually going to start with the Shaman. And try to make this happen here now. And I swear this does not happen often. But, okay, so we see Keldeo. I'm going to go ahead and Ultra Ball away. We're going to toss out the Wob, I guess, for now. We can let go one of the Floatstones because of that. So, we can do this. Probably should have played the T-Mail first. I guess when you haven't played in a few weeks, this kind of happens. We're going to go ahead and, since we have a Sycamore, we're going to pull the Oddish. Since we do have that Floatstone in our hand, we're going to want to play it. And we will Trainer's Mail here. And that is perfect. A Battle Compressor can get rid of all the rest of our Oddishes right now. So we won't be needing those. Go ahead and put the Bunnelby down, and we will Sycamore for a fresh 7 cards. We do find Forest of Giant Plants. Find another Trainer's Mail. Perfect. Another Compressor. So we can grab Gloom and... probably want to grab Combee, I'm thinking. We do have Vileplume already in our hand. Gloom, Combee, and I guess given the state of our hand, we can probably discard 2 Combees here. So we do that, and then we've got Unknown, which we can put down, and we can also Revitalizer here, so we'll get Gloom and a Combee back from the discard pile here. Go ahead and evolve Oddish into Gloom, put the Combee down, and then we will set up for 4 cards now. Okay, so we find a couple of things. It doesn't really look like we're going to be doing too much more this turn. I guess we could Ultra Ball and try to make something happen there. So we Farewell Letter. We do find a Vespiquen, so that can be a thing here. And, I mean, yeah, like we could Ultra Ball and then we could set up. I think we could even like discard a couple things and grab another Vileplume realistically. So I know there's more in the deck, and it wouldn't hurt to have that one in the discard pile for later. So we can do that. We will go ahead and energy onto Vespiquen there and try to hit some more stuff here. Maybe fuel up our discard pile a little more. That's not going to happen. So we do get another Floatstone. We can float the Shaman here and go ahead and evolve into Vileplume. So we end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the discard. So we're in two-shotting range to start things off here. Not great, but it's probably right about what you would normally have. As my run throughout the tournament, a lot of times we were two-shotting early and then OHKO later on in the game. So we will see what our opponent's able to do here. Of course, that Keldeo carries a weakness to grass, so we would be one-shotting that. Let's see if he decides to make a play here. Okay, yeah, we went through a decent amount of stuff. Okay, and he's just going to forfeit the game. Now, the reason I'm actually going to show you guys that is because that is what... we're still going to do 2 more games, but that is what happens a lot of times. If you go first and you set up, I had people regularly just scooping to me. So, again, when you go first, that is something that does happen pretty often with this thing. So we're gonna go ahead and play a couple more here. Okay, so we see water, psychic. Okay, could be almost anything. And once again, we're gonna go first. All right, so hopefully our opponent doesn't just, you know, if we set up, hopefully our opponent doesn't just scoop. Got a mulligan to start, and I'm glad because I don't want 3 double colorless in my first hand. So hopefully we won't end up with having with that in our hand again. Alright, so we got Oddish, we got 2 Oddishes, so we're just going to put one of them down. We do have the whole family, which is not really what I want right now. Even if I had the forest, we need to play all our cards first, and that is... okay, that's Lapras. Couldn't quite tell for a moment with all the shininess. So we're pretty much hinging on this right here, and we do find a Professor Sycamore. So we're going to throw a double colorless here, but that's okay. We just need to get rid of all this right now. I don't want that in my hand. Okay, so we're gonna Acrobite here, grab a Compressor, and we do have a Revitalizer on hand, so we can get rid of that one at the very least. Throw one of those, and throw one of those. And then we'll T-mail again, and we hit Computer Search. Okay. That is more than worth the job. So we're going to toss, let's see, we'll throw the Floatstone and this, since we're going to end up drawing off the Unknown anyway. Go pull a Shaman out of the deck. Still need to find that Forest of Giant Plants, though. So that's going to go down. I'm going to Shaman. Okay, so we find more goodies. Hooray. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And get... oh my god, what the heck am I looking at? We're going to finish those off. So we do have Revitalizers on hand. We got 2 more in the deck. We got the one that we're holding. So we can just let all this stuff go for now. Play another Trainer's Mail. Did not get the Ultra Ball that I was hoping for there. So we'll pull... okay, there we go. We got a Shaman off the Acrobite. That'll do the trick. Wouldn't have hurt to get a forest there. We have to set up here for 2. Forest of Giant Plants. There it is. Okay, we got our forest. It's a little late in the grand scheme of things because we still don't have a Combee. So we are going to do this farewell here and hope we hit the Combee. Nope, we hit a double colorless. Okay, so that's going to go there. I'm going to put that down. And, I mean, realistically, we can probably throw Vitalizer here right into the Plume. Got plenty of Pokemon in the sinkhole for sure. So we'll grab Gloom and Vileplume here. And we're going to retreat this into Shaman. Forest of Giant Plants. Gloom. And Vileplume. Alright. And we'll go ahead and end the turn. Okay, so he's going to Hex Maniac right around it. We see the energy. We see an Ultra Ball here. We discard AZ and Skyla. And there's Hoopa, which has been hexed out of play. So he's just going to go ahead and end his turn. We hit Compressor, which is not playable, so let's see. Is there anything we might want out of here? I think I am going to go ahead and drop one of these on the Bunnelby here. And we're going to go ahead and redraw. Alright, so we do find Combee and Vespiquen, so we can put those into play. Get another Combee down as well. And we will Sky Return here. And he is weak, so we can make funny things happen. I'm going to bring up the Bunnelby since it is able to retreat. And I'm not sure why it's asking us if we're done or not. Oh, wait a minute. That seems like a glitch. Alright, yeah, we're going to go ahead and pass here because I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to be able to do that. It says this Pokemon can attack twice per turn, not another Pokemon. So yeah, we're not gonna try to abuse a glitch there. We see Palkia, Manaphy, and Mew. Alright. That's cool. And there's a Sycamore. So we see Super Rod, Ninja Boy, Max Elixir. There's another Lapras. We see an energy goes there. So he'll be able to collect here. Draw 3 cards. And then we'll be able to retreat and kill him. Seems like a good trade. So we will attach here. And we're going to go ahead and retreat. Yeah, and there's the broken card. Alright. Be Revenge. Woohoo! Get out of here. Okay, so we draw a Plume and an Acro off the prizes. Alright, that looks pretty good now. Still have Wob in the deck. We got another Floatstone? Yeah, we got another Floatstone somewhere. Well, that'll do the job, and now we're hitting him for weakness on top of that, so that seems like fun. Mew is going to come up now. Can Mew really do anything dangerous to us here? Like, he's only got 1 Pokemon in his discard pile. Like, I'm not... Okay, so he's got another Hex. So, well, he's not attacking with Mew here. We do see an Enhanced Hammer, so we may have to start taking a bit of energy precautions now. You see he plays a Max Elixir, another Max Elixir, so he's going to get 2 energies over onto that Palkia. Add a 3rd one, we see a Muscle Band come down, but he ends his turn there, and we are going to have to do something about that, that Enhanced Hammer. So we're going to put all that down, and we're going to go ahead and do a double Rototiller. And get a couple of these energies back. Because kind of screwed without them. I don't want to run the risk of Hex Enhanced Hammer happening again, or like a 0-6 or something. So we're going to put both of those back. Alright, so we do see he puts a 4th energy on that Palkia, but again it has to pass the turn, so we will... I think we just double Rototiller here again. And get another energy back out of this. And this is what Bunnelby really does in the clutch for us, being able to get all these cards back. And then I think we're also going to pull a Professor Sycamore back into the deck too. So that's going to get us plenty of stuff for later. And with 3 double colorless, we're running on currently a 30% chance of top decking it, which is pretty nice. So we're going to see a 3-card setup here. If he can get an energy, he can Pearl Hurricane here for quite a bit. We don't see it. We do get our double colorless, so we can go right back into Vespiquen here. And we'll be able to take a knockout. So we'll do Be Revenge here, take a KO, and 2 more prize cards. Alright, we see Ultra Ball, we see... Okay, so two cards we can't use. We got 4 Ultra Balls in hand. Man, we set up without ever using one. What kind of sorcery is that? Alright, so Kukui is going to be a thing here. Another energy to Lapras, and here is Pearl Hurricane. Alright. He's going to snipe down our other Combee while we're at it, so that's a pretty good play. And all we need is a Vespiquen that we do not have. We're going to get another Combee down. But all things considered, this hand is just atrocious right now. And I might even be willing to let him attack the Vileplume here, so I think we're just going to leave that up there for now. Of course, just really got to hope he doesn't Lysander and take both. Yeah, there it is. He's going to take both Combees. Okay, we do have that Revitalizer, though. So once again, Plume is going to come up front. Wobbuffet can be a thing. Okay, so now, yeah, of course, now we draw the energy. You know, go figure. So we're gonna take Shaman off of the board with a Sky Return here. Take away a 2-prize option that he's got. Bring the Plume back up. Oh my God! He's just sitting on all these Lysanders. Like, what the fuck? See, and now the only thing we have here is a Shaman. You didn't draw into Wob, so it's like now we have to put this thing down. And I think we're just going to put 2 of them down. I don't know. That was actually probably not the right play, but whatever. We'll be able to retreat with it there. I don't think we want a Sky Return. I really don't think he's going to have a 3rd copy of Lysander here. He's burned double Hex, he's burned double Lysander. We see an energy goes onto the Manaphy. And there's the Pearl Hurricane. Okay, now he probably could have just not attacked and ended up decking us out there. So I am going to go ahead and call that he misplayed on that one, because that would have been his play. But we're going to go ahead and proceed to win the game now that he's given us Revitalizer. Yeah, you know it, dude. We got Sycamore that can get us that last energy. We got, what, 1 energy in here, 2 energies, 3. Yeah, we know there's 1 in the deck. Yeah, just give me a Sycamore. Yes. Draw the whole deck. Alright. Yep, there it is. Alright. Retreat. And boom goes the Dynamite. Alright, so there we go. Now, we're picking on weakness there. So that was the thing. We had a Vespiquen in the prizes. We still had 1 in the deck. Really just needed to get the Combee back. But, again, you know, interesting to see. He hexed us twice to be able to keep himself in the game. Very good. But really, I think his big misplay there was we would have needed to draw into the Wobbuffet and the Floatstone to be able to Revitalize her. He would have gotten a turn of abilities where he could have Lysandered. So really that was his game to lose, I feel like. And in the end, we were able to pull through. So really, again, just I think not attacking the Vileplume would have been his better play. But you know what? We take those. Certainly not going to complain. So in any case, that's the game here. And that is Vespiquen Vileplume. We're going to go into 1 more game for this. So since that first one was, you know, just a quick scoop. So we'll get going 1 more. Okay. Fire, Psychic, Water, Colorless, Volcanians, and Expanded, which we learned is pretty good at St. Louis. Had a great match with Rahul Reddy playing that. Alright, so this is, I mean, yeah, we start Unknown, which is a little annoying, but this is not a bad hand. We have 3 compressors. I can't really qualm about having 3 compressors in my first hand. Alright, and instead we see Carbink. Alright, I'm not sure how I feel about that. We're going to start dumping stuff. Yeah, let's get 2 of those out of there. There's only 1 Bloom in there. We got 1 in hand. Normally we would just drop an Oddish Gloom Vileplume right off the bat. That's not a thing here. We'll get another Oddish out of there. We'll leave 2 for the time being. Get rid of an Unknown. And I don't really want to get rid of Shaman just yet. So I think we'll probably have to. Yeah, I don't really care with that. Probably going to play 2. Not going to play the 3rd compressor right now. Oh, we do find the Forest right there. Yeah, that's big money right there. Let's get that in play. And we will set up here for 4 cards. Okay, we find Computer Search. Play this Acrobike. We have Computer Search, we don't need the Ultra Ball. Not really sure what the Vespiquen does for us, though, now that I'm looking at it. So we would just computer search these two away. Get another Shaman. Because it's just looking that ugly right now. Get an energy onto one of them just to empty it out a little bit. Alright, there's an Oddish. Let me go ahead and use this unknown. Okay, there's a Sycamore. That's kind of what we needed to find. Get rid of that. Yeah, let's do this. And then let's do this. Okay. So we're gonna need that Bumblebee later. Okay, so we got all kinds of goodies here. Okay. Floatstone. Now we're gonna need two of them, so we're gonna get one right there. Play this. Sure, I'll take a Revitalizer. Play another one. There it is. Let's see. Yeah. Well, let's see. If we could get the plume, we could actually grab the gloom with the Ultra Ball. We're still going to pull these back, so we're going to get Vespiquen with the other one. Yeah, okay. These two. And then we're going to retreat into Shaman. Go ahead and pop this unknown. Okay, we got Gloom. Got Vespi. And we should still have a Plume in the back. Go ahead and grab the one out of the deck. And we can put another one of these guys down while we're at it. And, alright, there we go. Not too shabby of a setup. Okay, so Skyfield's just going to bump the forest, that's fine. Really just got to hope he's not running Karen now. Put some energy on this Carbink there. We're going to see setup. We also know, let me see, we went down 3 energies. He's going to end us here. So he's going to end us up to 6. And we're going to find some goodies there. We may actually Bumblebee here. You see a Hawlucha come down. That's it, though. We can put another Vespiquen into play. And, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and put that down. And I'm going to do a little attachment on these Vespies. We go ahead. Sky Return's going to do no damage because of Safeguard. So, I'm just going to bring up the Vespiquen that does not have an energy. We've still got one that we can use for Bumblebee in addition to the one that's already on that benched Vespiquen. So he's going to Ninja Boy here. So we're going to see that. We're going to see him switch out of the Carbink and go into a Lucario EX. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, be 11, 12. It looks like he's 10 short though. He's going to hit us for 80 damage and grab a couple of cards. So we draw into another forest, which really don't need to play. And let's see here. Yeah, I think we're just going to get 2 energies back with. Yeah. Let me go ahead and bring this out. I'm going to Rototiller here a couple of times. Find those 2 double colorless and get them back in the deck. Alright, Alright, so we see a Regirock come down, so now he's got the 90 damage. Of course, Lucario being weak to Psychic is just kind of a little bitch, but it's whatever. Probably have to give up some stuff to get this KO, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And he'll be able to corkscrew us here, yeah, so he'll be able to draw a card off the deck and claim a prize. We'll bring out the other Vespiquen here and start laying down some hits. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're doing 130 at the moment. And let's see, we can Forest here just to get a card out of our hand. And then we can Shaman. We get one card off the setup here. And it is a double colorless energy. Awesome. Okay. And then we will go ahead and be Revenge here. So we do 130. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I played that so I could draw a card with Shaman. I'm really not too bothered by that being bumped. So, yep, there goes Vespiquen. He didn't need to somersault kick there, but I guess since he already had 6 in hand, it doesn't really matter. So here comes the next one. And we do find a Combi, so we can put that down, bump the stadium just because. Let us play this in a single turn, and I think we actually retreat. We bring the fresh one out. Give it the energy, and boom goes the dynamite. Get out of here. You are no longer welcome. Alright, so we find a couple of cards we don't need. Pretty much what you would expect. And Halucha's going to come up. Now, he's going to need a Lysander if he wants Halucha to do anything here. See, another Regirock. Oh my goodness. There's another strong energy. Now, he, on the other hand, is weak to grass, so we can blow that sucker away in one attack. Alright, so another Gloom, which, again, is just useless. We'll just be Revenge. And he'll be able to knock us out on his turn, so we are going to need to find another energy. Otherwise, we're just going to... Oh, he didn't! Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Yep, there's the forfeit. Okay. I don't know if maybe he just misclicked or what was going on there, but yeah, that's the game, folks. So, Vespiquen does its job. It does it in a dirty manner, but, I mean, that's just kind of the way this thing works. Lucario put up a fight there for a little bit, but in the end, you know, you have enough Vespiquens, enough double colorless, you can make funny things happen, and you can win games because of it. So, if he didn't have the energy there and he had brought up a different attacker, we just blow it away, and then we Sycamore the following turn, get the last energy, and win the game. So, anyway, that is going to do it for our Vespiquen Vileplume. Again, you guys have seen this deck before, so... In the credits here, I'm going to post my matchups and how I did against each of them. You'll notice I did pretty bad after a first-round win in the second day, but in top 32. But day one was pretty euphoric, especially the last 4 rounds, and obviously it was fun to be able to play this, and it was really cool to make day 2 of it. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers!